by Dallas, make it hurt.
Yo, oh yeah, we are here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show, Monday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. That must mean that it's time for me to show out a little bit. What's going on, everybody? I'm here. Come on in, everybody. If you go ahead and share, push that share button if you don't mind. I appreciate you guys popping in on me on tonight as we talk, of course, Dallas Cowboy football and Dallas Cowboy news. We are going to talk about what we saw on yesterday as the Cowboys win. Bottom line, some of y'all need to I'm just gonna start it off like this. They've already told you that they're not tanking. Okay, so all of those, I know it makes sense to tank if you want to call it that, but they've already told you they're not tanking, so they really are trying to win. And most people, I want to say, even though Vegas has us as an underdog, based off the way Carolina have been playing the last few weeks, a lot of teams had them favored to beat us yesterday. So, but when you really look at both teams, the Cowboys, obviously, not because they won, they had a better record, better roster than Carolina. Is no question about that. So I'm not surprised that we won. However, I was kind of shocked the way we won. I told you guys, been telling y'all for a couple years now, if you've been with me, that the Cowboys either win spectacularly or they lose spectacularly. Really, there's no real in-between ground with us. We will either take care of business or we get blowed completely out. Or the way we lose, like we lost against Cincinnati, that's a spectacular loss. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, even we get blowed out, we get blowed completely out. See what I'm saying? If we win spectacularly, we lose spectacularly. I'll get into that in just a second. I hope you guys will share the content if you don't mind. I'll speak to everybody in just a second. If you want to contribute to the podcast, you can. If you're on Facebook, you can hit those stars. If you're on YouTube, you can hit that super chat button. And if you want to do it by my Cash App, it's simple. $ the Big Time Show. $ the Big Time Show. And I appreciate you guys if you do that. If not, listen, it's not a requirement by no means. But if you can't do that, then it's definitely one thing you can do. And that is you can smash that like button for me about 20 times. It won't take you no more than about 10 to 11 seconds to do it. If you're on Facebook especially, just smash it like that. You'll be done with those 20 just right then. If you're on YouTube, you can hit that heart button. I would appreciate it so much for that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk, and let me speak to everybody here. Texas Twister, what's up? Joe, what's up? Mad Max, how you doing, sir? What in the world is this? Craig Stevens, Lord have mercy. It's the fourth. Look, y'all read it for yourself. You ain't saying it. It's the fourth comment. Craig Stevens. That sounds like a troll to me. Let me go and block you. This is not Cinemax Friday After Dark, Craig. You ain't here for no football. You here just to troll. So I'm gonna get you off here. Yeah. Oh. Show it. Let me block him. I can't block you. Wow. What kind of page this man got? Okay. Key, what's up? Key Williams, how you doing? Sorry to hear about your mother. We're praying for you. Keystone Cowboy, what's up, man? Quack quack in the building. What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all popping in, and to those that are on Twitter, those of you that are on Instagram. I think Instagram is, yeah. Hey, yes to your will and your way joined. What's going on? How you doing? Wherever you are, appreciate you popping on. You must be a preacher, obviously, since I'm one. I'm here to talk football. I think I already got them. I ain't time around. I'm gonna block them. See, when you come on my show like that, starting, talking like that, Key, I ain't got time for you. This is a rated PG type podcast. It ain't. This is play there. I ain't asked for Playboy comments. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I don't start me up, Key. I don't feel like checking right now. Y'all know how I am. I take something and run and just start cracking. So I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna let him get to what he was getting to. You understand? Let him move on. All right, let's talk, y'all. Y'all ain't here to come to crack jokes. Y'all came here to see at least what I got to say about the game on yesterday. Here's the bottom line. We whooped the Panthers. I mean, it ain't nothing. I'm not about to go crazy over that because a lot of you guys expected that we should beat the Panthers, and we did, and it was really no real drama other than the last minute or so in the second half. I mean, excuse me, in the first half before halftime. That was the only somewhat real drama. Other than that, the Cowboys pretty much handled them the way that they should. Everybody contributed on both sides of the ball, obviously. Nothing, and the truth of the matter is that it may have been one of our best games this year. And I understand we're playing Carolina, but I'm not going to let you minimize Carolina because before the game, I had, there were plenty of people, they picked Carolina. You understand? So I'm not going to let people out just cause the Cowboys beat them. Now all of a sudden they're really the Carolina Panthers. No, Vegas had them. Vegas had them as a favorite to beat us. A lot of NFL pundits. All the shows. A lot of them had Carolina beating us. So I don't want to hear nothing about the Carolina Panthers. You weren't saying that before the game, so I don't want to hear it now. Just because the Cowboys destroyed them and handled them easily. Now all of a sudden you want to say, "Where Carolina?" Not going to let that happen. No sir. So the Cowboys did exactly. And there was a lot of money put on Carolina yesterday too. A lot of money put on Carolina. Cowboys just ruined a lot of parlays. Let me put it that way. They handled their business. Now, Cooper Rush, 18 for 29, 214 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'll say that's pretty good, isn't it? Hey. And Cooper Rush overall has played well for a backup quarterback. He has over a 500 record, obviously, since Dak has been down. He's playing pretty proficient. And if it weren't for that blow up against Cincinnati, he would have. We probably would be. We probably would have won the last 4 games. To be honest with you, which I told you guys, the schedule kind of fits us. It's just a shame that that game against Cincinnati really took all chances away, pretty much from the playoffs. Just in case you don't know, Washington has to lose every game, and the Cowboys have to win out. That's the only way that and then you got these little tiebreakers and all that. That's the only way that the Cowboys can get in. So chances of that happening is, slim to none, to be honest with you. I don't think Washington is going to lose 3 games in a row, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to win the last 3 in a row. So this season is pretty much on life support, and one win by Washington would eliminate the Cowboys from the playoff contention, along with a few others. So this season, record-wise, is almost over for us. I've already accepted that anyway, at least about 3 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago. It definitely, when we lost to Cincinnati, I knew that was pretty much going to be it. Strange things can happen, but I doubt very seriously that Washington is going to lose 3 in a row, and then I don't think we're going to win 3 in a row. No way. Would I love it? Would I laugh? I would, because the expectation wouldn't be the NFC Championship game. If the Cowboys, some kind of miracle, make their way to the playoffs, that would be huge. That would be a tremendous goal, considering all the injuries and all that type of stuff, and you still, make it in, which won't happen, but it would be pretty good. No doubt about it. Cooper Rush. And ladies and gentlemen, we know he's not better than that. We know that. But one thing we cannot take away from Cooper Rush, and it may not be because of him. However, the track record shows that Cooper Rush wins ball games. Now, he don't necessarily win them by himself. I know that. But he does not. He wins a lot of games. He does. And he played real good football yesterday. He didn't hurt us at all. He passed the ball well for 3 touchdowns. You cannot take nothing away from Cooper Rush. Yeah, of course, he missed a few passes. I'm shocked how teams play us when it's obvious they're not letting Cooper, or Mike McCarthy at least, is not letting Cooper Rush throw the ball down the field. And so everything is short and quick. And I'm still amazed how teams are playing off. Cooper Rush is just not the most accurate quarterback in the world. But they are, I mean, he can get you. He can hurt you now. But if I were playing Dallas, I'd be sitting, I had cornerbacks sitting on it at all. Now, for all of you guys, let me say this. I told you guys let me say that one. Rico Dow, 25 carries, 149 yards, no touchdowns. When is the last time have we had a running back with 25 carries? When is that? You know what I'm saying? When have we? I mean, Ezekiel Elliott. I'm talking about going back to the days of Kellen Moore. I mean, it's rare. You may almost go back to maybe, Zeke's first rookie year or year two or something like that. But when is the last time we had a running back get 25 carries? And I ain't throwing in Zeke. Zeke had about 4 or 5, 6, carries himself. Let me see. I'm sorry, Zeke had 9 carries. Cavante Turpin had 2. I don't even count Cooper Rushes because he was scrambling. But when have the Cowboys ever committed to the run like that? And so I said all that to say this. For all of you guys that are upset that we aren't tanking, you need to blame Coach McCarthy. Because it shouldn't have took this long. Because we all were saying it. People in this chat were saying it, like, because of the running back politics of, hey, what's up, Coach Marvin? I see. Because of the running back politics, it took Mike McCarthy, even with a patched up line, y'all. Think about this. Even with a patched up line. What have I always said? That we all need to have this line go forward and start laying on people. And instead of going in pass protection all the time. I mean, how long we all done said this? We said it so many different ways. Run the ball. We done said this. And it is a shame. It's almost coaching malpractice. That Mike McCarthy done took dang near 12 weeks, whatever it is, to finally figure out to get the ball to your running backs. Primarily Rico Dow. If you want to know a reason why he ought to lose his job, it's this right here. I don't know if Rico would have held up all year with this type of load. His history says that he's injury prone. Rico has done well this year. This has probably been the most healthy he's been in his whole career for this season. But I don't understand it. I don't understand the play calling. I've been saying it. This is what it should have been done when Dak Prescott was playing. It's just the truth. We've been saying it all the time. Let your big guys go lay on people. And lay yesterday, y'all, and I understand y'all gonna say, where's Carolina? And look, Carolina was playing well. They should Saquon. They were going head up with Saquon. They held up against the Chiefs. Played them well. Just lost it at the end. But our guys, makeshift line, handled them boys. Didn't y'all just hear me say Rico had 149 yards? That's off 5 carries? What's that, 6, 7 yards a pop? Come on now. I'm upset. I'm I'm happy because Mike McCarthy went to the strength of the football team. The strength of the present roster is the running game. It's not Cooper Rush. It took him a few games with Cooper Rush. He had Cooper Rush throwing the ball 35, 36 times. I just don't understand Mike McCarthy sometimes. I don't. And now you done had an epiphany all of a sudden. Now you see that Rico Dowdle not only can run the ball, but you also see that he can dominate a game. And I know something, where's Carolina? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You lay on guys long enough, it helped your defense out. They stayed, they weren't tired. Understand? See that? You kept moving the chains. Time of possession. This is what a good running game does for you. If you call it passing plays all the time, they're not going forward. They're going backwards, and they are getting attacked by the defensive line and blitzing linebackers. All that type. This is just common sense. This is what we've been asking for the whole year. Run the ball, even with Dak in there. This whatever game plan he had yesterday. When Dak come back next year, you need to implement all this in there. Stop trying to make Dak the leader in passing yards and leader in touchdown passes. Man, forget that. Run the ball. It opens up everything. Play action. That's what you saw with Cooper Rush yesterday. It's not hard. It's mind-boggling to me how long it took them before they finally made Rico the number one running back. I don't understand that. Because they were trying to appease Ezekiel Elliott. They were trying to appease Jerry. And I hope they done figured it out now. I mean, it's obvious they have because, Zeke is where he is now. It should have been this way the whole year. I hope and it's a shame the man may lose his job, and now he trying to do the right thing. Watch this, and now y'all mad in the chat line, cause just like right here. Look what Fernando says. Let me get it up there first. Oh no, not that. What's up, Greg? Even though I put you up there. This right here. See, Mike McCarthy backward. When he should have been running the ball is when we were 3-5. Now y'all want a top 10 pick. And you know what the strength of the offense is right now, which is running. And now Fernando says this, we messing up our chance to get Genty, Big John. Well, first of all, I don't know if they were going to pick him anyway. Because the truth of the matter is, Fernando, the running back class is stacked this year. They may not want a first round pick as a running back. They learned about all that with Ezekiel Elliott, even though I'm not minimizing the running back from Boise State. I'm not minimizing at all. I know he's a great player. He's a great player in Boise State. Let me say that. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. You may not like I like him. But we finna find out about Mr. Genty during this next month or so. Because you see, one thing we haven't seen Genty do that type of production like he's doing. He ain't done it against no real teams. Seriously. I mean, come on now. I mean, he's great. I mean, he looks good against who he's playing. It's not his fault that, the schedule is what it is. It's not his fault. They're taking business, but we're about to find out. Let me see him run for 200 against, some of these teams that he's about to go up against if he make it out the first round. Let me say that. Well, they got to buy. Boise State does. Whoever comes to him, it will be, I believe it'll be Penn State or, whoever Penn State is playing in their first round. So whoever's coming out of that, that's who they'll be seeing. Let me see him do that against the other team, big name team, big defenses. Then I have better, I have better respect for what he has done. So I don't know if you're gonna get him anyway from that though. I don't think the Cowboys will even do that, to be honest with you. I think they'll go defensive line, all that kind of first, maybe a linebacker now, and even another offensive lineman, depending on what Zach Martin say. If he comes back, you see what I'm saying? So you can get another running back. It just ain't gonna be that kid. But there's plenty of running backs. We gotta get past that one guy. There's plenty of good running backs in the draft this year. So I don't think we're gonna get him anyway. Even if he was sitting there, I don't think we were gonna get him. I just don't see it. But it's just strange how Mike McCarthy all of a sudden is doing right with his play calling when it don't matter. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to disrespect the guys. There's some of these guys that are playing for jobs. Or if they're not necessarily a job from the Cowboys, some of these guys are actually putting real good tape out for other teams when it comes to free agency. For instance, one name obviously comes up. That's OC. Trust me, OC has made some money in the last 2 to 3 weeks. If the Cowboys don't pay him, guess what? Another team will. Why? Because OC in the right defense can be considered almost a game record. Because that's what he did yesterday. So and then he's young enough still, and he got skills, obviously. So if the Cowboys don't re-sign OC, he will get re-signed somewhere else immediately. So it does matter. It does matter. To the guys that are on 1-year contracts, to the guys that are on practice squads who getting a chance to play, they putting up some excellent tape. Excellent tape for them. Maris, we cry over Overshown. We know we're gonna miss him next year, probably the whole year. But at the same time, because Overshown is out, Maris steps in. And do you feel? I feel pretty good about Maris. I would love to have Overshown, but I know he probably won't be back next year at all. But if Maris is in the game, from what I'm seeing, and knowing that he's only gonna get better, I believe we're gonna be all right. I'm not saying we don't need another linebacker or draft one or whatever, but I like Maris. He's a playmaker, and you can see that. So it's big that the Cowboys win. They didn't quit. I don't think I can stand by McCarthy, as I said. Now he calling the way the game really supposed to be called. When it looked like it really don't matter, but it does. So that's my problem, Mike McCarthy. Should have been doing this the whole time. Should have been calling these type. He should have had this type of game plan all the time. It really shouldn't have taken him this long to figure out that he simply needs to hand the ball off to your best running back. It shouldn't have took this long. And it looks, and as crazy as it may sound, he wasn't even running the ball a lot. And it looks like, I think Rico is only 120 some odd yards away from 1,000 yards this season. Wait a minute, you telling me Rico died? It really wasn't really getting the ball, and this man is still about to get 1,000 yards. He got 3 games left to get 120 yards. Unless the man hurt, he should get 100, be over 1,000 yards this year. This just doesn't make any sense. If you would have had committed to the run game, Rico Dowdle this year, barring injury, could have been at least a 1,300-yard back minimum. I don't get it, and I know what's gonna happen with Dak get back. He not gonna run the ball like he's supposed to. Everybody know when Dak get back, the passing game, the pinball machine offense will go as long as McCarthy is there. Okay, long as McCarthy, I don't know who the next head coach will be. If it's another head coach, we just got to see who they are and see what their offensive coordinator is or whatever, and then we'll take it from there. But it's unbelievable to me how all of a sudden he done seen the light. I got to run the ball with Rico. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to me. So defensively yesterday, what can you say? Maddie, you just joined in. Number one, we don't know where we're gonna end up picking, Maddie. And I guess Fernando too, since he said that. We don't know where we're drafting. I mean, I'm just saying, are the Cowboys gonna win the next 2 out of 3? Are we gonna beat Tampa Monday night? Okay, we got Washington and we got Philly left. Are the Cowboys gonna win 2 out of 3? Well, if they do, guess what? Your draft stock hey Chris, I see you. It goes down. I mean, you go further down. Right now, I think we're picking 14th, 12th, I think, 12. Well, I don't know where we are now. I don't know where we are since yesterday. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. If you're 14, I'll say what I said again, Maddie, since you just joined in. I'm not sure we would pick him anyway, Genty. Just in case you don't know, man, the running back draft room is thick this year. It's thick. And I don't think the Cowboys would do the Ezekiel Elliott playbook again, even though he's obviously a pretty good running back. But they don't want to pay no running back, a first round running back, any money. We still are talking about Stephen Jones, right? Y'all forgot about him? You do realize he's the cap boy. Y'all do realize the cap, he don't want to do that. I believe that the Cowboys, to be honest with you, even if Genty was standing there right in their face, whatever they pick, and he's available right there, I believe the Cowboys, if it was Genty or Mason Graham, for instance, the defensive tackle from Michigan, and don't let the term Michigan miss y'all. We all know we like Michigan players, but Mason Graham is the truth. If they had to pick between the two, I think they'd pick Mason Graham. Seriously. I almost want to say that if it was Luther Burden, even though I don't think he would last, that go down there for the receiver from Missouri, I believe that they will pick him before they pick a running back. See what I'm saying? I don't, a linebacker, I don't think they'll pick an outside linebacker or something like that. But we do have a need with Overshawn not being there. We do have a need now for linebacker. I don't think you would pick one in the first round. And then, of course, you already know, Matty, from years past, the Cowboys love drafting offensive linemen in the first round. You know that. Come on now. If you're a Cowboy fan, you know that. So I don't know even if Genty was there, that'll be a fan hope. But the Cowboys ain't. Then you factor in who we're not signing from the team next year. Who's all going to be free agents? And then if you say, okay, do I pick Genty or do I pick Mason Graham when you just decided that you're not going to re-sign Ossie? Okay, if you don't re-sign Ossie, they picking Mason Graham. It ain't no question about that. That's why I'm saying we got to kind of look and see who the Cowboys are going to sign from the team, and that'll kind of help you kind of figure out the direction of the draft. That's what that's going to do. So it's kind of hard to predict the way the Cowboys going to go. I don't think we're going to get Gentry anyway. That's me. Exactly. See, everybody talking about Gentry, but see, Greg talking about this kid right here. See what I'm saying? Now, Amari Hampton, if you don't know him, look him up. Go look at his film. 6 foot, 220, can run past you and then can run over you. See? Shane says I'm picking James Pierce first. James Pierce Jr. I don't know if he's. I haven't really just dove into it. I need to see the draft grades for these guys, and I'm still saying the Cowboys, they learned at least in their mind, a valuable lesson when they picked Ezekiel Elliott. They don't want to pay a running back big money. They just don't, and that's not going to get. I mean, running backs are not going to make no $8 million in their first year, even though they drafted in the first round. It's set up that way. But you don't want to get in a position to have a kid for 3-4 years and then let them out. Then if you're talking about re-signing them, you got to go ahead and pay them. Then the Cowboys ain't gonna want to do that. What's up, Nuke? I see you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That's my fraternity brother there. The Cowboys ain't gonna even if you get a good 4 years out of the guy, and you might do it depends on where they are. If you fourth round, you get the 5th year. The 5th year is when your contract come up. Then you can franchise them if you don't sign them. After that 5th year, they're gonna let them go anyway. Look what we did to Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, young and productive, right? We don't hold on to no running back. What, you gonna rent them for 5 years? I mean, come on now. I just don't see him. I just don't see us getting running back in the first round. That's just me. I may be wrong. I don't see it. Amari Hampton is a running back that might be in the second round. See what I'm saying? Pierce, Shane, I don't know because I haven't studied. Where is Pierce? Where are they projecting him? Just in case you don't, because I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with the player, but I don't know where they're projecting him. Maybe you can help me out with that real quick. Is he a projected first round pick, or is he second or third round? You know, I don't know. I don't know where they have him. Check that out for me, Shane, while you right there. And we'll be getting to this, in a few weeks anyway, when we start looking at players and all that type of stuff, and we'll see where we at. When it comes to Cowboys, y'all, it's hard to predict anything because of the uncertainty of the direction that the organization is going to go in. Number one, who is our coach for next year? I got a feeling I know who it's going to be. I think it's going to be Mike McCarthy. But if it's not Mike McCarthy, then you're bringing in a coach who's going to have input on what he wants for his team. So it's hard to, we'll know Mike McCarthy's status probably right after the season. I'm talking about like within the first 2 or 3 days after the season is over with. Because you got to start working on the off season right then and there. Shoot, after the Super Bowl, what is it? 2 weeks later or a week later, the combine starts. I mean, it's right back in it. You got to have your new coach and new staff in place to go to the combine. So if Mike McCarthy ain't been fired the day after or 2 days after, then we already know he's going to be the next head coach. I mean, he'll stay as head coach. So a lot of things, once I know who the head coach is, then we can start figuring this thing out. Until then, everybody just speculating. Cowboy fans always want the sexy pick. Genty is a sexy pick, and that I believe he would produce. I'm just not sure how really good he really is. I know how good he is in Boise State, but like I said, the thing y'all got to admit, y'all, is that who has he played? There's nothing in the Mountain West Conference that scares nobody. Maybe we can finally see him play one of these real tough defenses or a pretty good defense, in the playoffs. They got it. I think they're third. They got one of the byes, so they're not playing next week in the first round or whatever. Going to have to play the following week. And then we'll get to see him play probably whoever the winner of the Penn State, who Penn State playing in the first round? I forget. But there is no question about that. Let me look at it real quick, y'all. I hate being inaccurate. The Penn State SMU game. Whoever when it comes out of the Penn State SMU game will play Boise State. That's an upgrade for Boise State, considering the competition that they've had. So it's kind of hard to kind of see and predict everything. Gerald, my cousin on here, Gerald says will McCarthy get a long-term contract? I think he will. I think that if you just listen to the interviews from Jerry and Steven, you can tell the way they're talking. He's done an outstanding job considering that's the excuse part right there. Considering all of the injuries, considering he lost his quarterback, they've already saying, they already sound like it really ain't excuses. It's really the truth, to be honest with you. And he said he's got them playing hard. They didn't quit and all that. So all of that is working for Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys have not quit. If they quit, they wouldn't have won. We would have seen that type of game from yesterday. It would have been as good as the games we played yesterday. So I believe he will. It is what it is. So you gotta keep in mind, y'all. And I understand we were 3-5 or something like that when Dak was playing. I get all that. But you do realize whatever our record is, we're really not like that. See, y'all not gonna charge all of these folks, these practice squad guys we got playing, these third string guys we played. I don't think, I just don't think at all that our record would be like this. We got all pros and pro bowlers that's been hurt. And we got third string and practice squad guys playing. There is a difference between third and fourth string guys and all pros. You do realize that, right? All right, let me get this. Y'all got some comments going in here. Chris says Dak Prescott should not have to be assistant play caller when he hasn't given his input on the play caller during the year. I disagree with that one, Chris, because Dak has power at the line of scrimmage. So he knows what to do. So I don't quite agree with that. He has the liberty to change plays at any time. So I don't know if the term would be assistant play caller, but we'll just say he's the coach on the field. He's the coach on the field. So I can get with him on that. He has power. So he can turn running, passing plays into running plays. But Dak believes that he's one of these dudes and he's gonna throw it. And his numbers speak for it. His numbers speak that he is one of those dudes. So he ain't about to turn down letting that gun go too many times. Now, let's not act like it. He feel like he supposed to make the play. That's what any good quarterback would do. So I ain't gonna knock that for that. I wish he would call some more running plays though. Now I ain't gonna say I don't, but it is what it is. Somebody asked about Trayvon earlier. Remember what I said? Because y'all think just because the guy's playing again, y'all believe that they back to their levels where they were. You know, you think he's still at all-pro level. I told you guys when the seen it with too many other players on his team, that when you have an ACL injury, it usually take a whole year to get back to where you once was with the ACL itself. We all know Diggs wasn't quite himself. I give him maybe about 85 to 90%, maybe. But in the NFL, that 10% hurts. Because if you can't roll out like you used to, and I ain't saying he got confidence in the knee, it just things happening. Now, what has also happened, since you just heard what happened earlier with Trey being out and done for the year and gonna need surgery again, not for the ACL. The ACL is fine. If you listen to Stephen Jones today, Stephen Jones let the cat out the bag a little bit. He said that he had fluid in his knee, which if anybody's had fluid in your knee, you know it need to be drained. You know that, right? And then he let the cat out of the bag and started talking about, oh God, my words in my head. It's not ligament damage at all. It's kind of like arthroscopy surgery where you need to cartilage. I'm sorry, that's one word I'm looking for. He said cartilage, which means that when he says cartilage, there must be some loose cartilage there. All right. So if he has loose cartilage, it's not that he needs a whole year to recuperate. When you got loose cartilage and you got fluid on your knee, the recovery time is going to take a little time. I ain't talking about, but it's not going to take time all the way to the beginning of the year. We talking like, for those of you that have had arthroscopic surgery, your recovery time is right at 2 to 3 weeks. Now, draining the fluid is also about the same thing. So when you double it up, it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with his ACL, nothing wrong with any structural damage. It's just that he got cartilage because obviously the D has been overcompensated with him running. Things got loose. Cartilage, he got to clean. It's really cleanup work. That's really what it is. And it's going to take longer than 3 weeks for him to get back. So everybody flipping out. Oh, Trayvon's done for the year. Yeah, because the recovery time is like 3 to 6 weeks. That's why. He got to get the knee drained, and then they got to get that cartilage out of there. It's loose. Now, I think my frat brother just said something that I didn't see this, man. I didn't see this. At least I hadn't heard. If you haven't heard Stephen Jones today, everybody go check it out. And he talked about Trey today. He said they are saying Trey Diggs may need microfracture knee surgery. Heard nothing about the knee. I didn't. I listened to Stephen and he said I had the same procedure in 2001. It took me 1 year to get back to where I could run full speed. And if that is the case, I didn't hear that. All I heard was cartilage, and I heard cartilage, and then I heard fluid. Now, if that is the case with what he's saying here in this chat right here, his message here, then Trayvon won't be playing next year. If it's that, he won't be back next year. If it's a microfracture surgery, that's another whole different ball game there. It won't be that. I mean, if he's having that surgery, he won't be back next year. It's too late. 1 year from now will be December. So why would he? I mean, it's over. You ain't playing. You won't be playing next year. So if it's that, you forget that. But I believe is what Steven said. He said cartilage. This means it's loose. They got to just clean up. It's just a cleanup surgery. And then draining fluid. Got to get the fluid out the knee. So it's the only way you do that. You got to drain it out. So exactly, Shane. They saying he would. Somebody, Joe said, I heard. Let me get y'all flowing here. I'll get back into just a second. Y'all see the chat. Let me answer my fraternity brother here. He said they drill holes in your knee, which causes bleeding. That blood turns into new cartilage. Okay. With no cartilage, you have bone on bone, which is very painful. Okay. The micro fracture regrows the cartilage. And considering that he's had this surgery, I'm leaning on his expertise because all I've had is ACL. So I'm going to lean on his expertise. Or then, if that is the case, all I can pray for that it is not the case. Because if that is the case, Trayvon won't be playing next year. If that is the case, he won't be playing next year. If it take a whole year to get him right. Joe says, I heard he's going to miss 8 months. I haven't heard that, but I've heard what Shane said. Because this is what Stephen Jones said today. He said, I heard Diggs will be out till late training camp. Now, that's what I heard. So, the one thing about the Cowboys, they're not specific with it. Even what I'm reporting, what I was saying, what Stephen said, is still vague. You still don't know specifically what it is. If it's what my friend is saying, then don't even look for him next year, which now means going back to the draft, you might be in the market for cornerback next year, for a corner as well. You might be right in for a cornerback. And maybe not necessarily a guy that's going to start. And that's what the Cowboys might fool us finally. Because you don't want to go out there with a rookie guy and then the depth cornerbacks that we have, they're not good. So the question is, do you fill that gap with free agency with a real good corner to go along Bland? So that's what I would think. Just to go that route. So I don't know. I heard the same thing Shane said. We'll see. I hope it's not. I see he says that Andy Spencer did come back and play pretty good. He had that surgery, of course. But it did shorten his career. They may be okay playing. He says Trey may be okay playing corner. Now with all that cutting and twisting and stopping on a dime, I don't know, Newt. Corner whole beast. All that stopping and twisting and, trying to stay man on man with corners. With wide receivers. I don't know. Spencer was on the line. You getting pushed by a 300-pound man. And if you ain't strong enough, I can see the damage it can do to your knee. When you talking about playing corner and the quickness that you got to stop and plant, and then sometimes just turn around and flat out roll out. That he may not be the same. I don't know. We'll hear. But if they're saying training camp, then it's obvious then that it's something there more serious than what I was saying. I thought because of cartilage and draining fluid, that's not an extensive long recovery time. That's what I thought. But if they're really serious about late training camp, that's a little ways away. And then even in training camp, he ain't gonna be really practicing. They'll take it light with him. So it's obvious and more serious than that. It very well could be what you said, and especially since you just said that. See, I didn't hear that. See, if Jeff Kavanaugh is saying that, see, there's some people you need to put value in what they're saying because they got inside information. Jeff Kavanaugh is one of those people. He has inside information. Players talk to him. I don't know. He has sources. So I'm going to lean on my fraternity brother. And just in case y'all don't know, y'all go and subscribe to my fraternity brother. Generation to Generation. It's him and his son. And they talk Cowboys as well as other things as well. But they talk Cowboys. Go subscribe to him. Do me a favor, y'all. Big Time Show family. Let's go support him and his son. I don't think they do live yet. I think they do just videos. They record and then they put it out there. I'm gonna bring him on eventually, and his son. We can go and rap together. I owe my frat debt. Told him I was gonna do it, so I am gonna do it. We gonna get it together. You gonna be live then, Nuke. You trying to hide from being going live? No, sir. But I don't do no recordings on my show. This is live and in color, buddy. So you might as well get ready for that. But it's interesting. See that changes draft strategy as well. Y'all see what I'm saying? If Trayvon ain't right, or you battling to see if he's gonna be available, or you battling to see, or you're in hopes that he's gonna be Trayvon again, but you're not sure. It's kind of like Overshawn. God knows I hate it for him. But let's just be realistic. He tore his ACL, his MCL, and his PCL. It's hard to come back from that. And you're talking about being the same. The blessed thing that happened to him, and I'm talking about Overshawn, was that he did not have he did not have what Jalen Smith had. Jalen Smith had the same thing, except Jalen Smith had nerve damage. That's the only thing that didn't happen to Overshawn, and thank God that didn't happen. Because we saw how Jalen went down, down, down. And if you remember, he had a drop foot. You know what I'm saying? So thank God Overshawn didn't have that. I'm not saying he can't come back, but we already know Overshawn is probably going to miss all of next year, without a doubt. And then hope that he's ready to go as best as he can, the following year. But even on that note, is he going to be the same? See, there's some knee injuries that you can have and you just don't quite recover from. Guys can't really, like Michael Gallup with the ACL. Well, he's retired now. That was just a year or two right after he had the surgery. And he's retired because he just wasn't the same. That's just the ACL. Now you're talking PCL, ACL, and the MCL. That's all three gone, literally. So we prayed hard for Overshawn, but that's why I said those two injuries there, even with Diggs, if it's what the microfracture surgery, Diggs ain't gonna play next year. And if he does, he'll be extremely limited. He will be. It won't even be. You know what I'm saying? So you got two major, clogs that'll be gone. All right. Now you also gonna have DeMarcus Lawrence probably gone unless he signs a real Cowboy friendly deal. And when you're his age, you trying to get as much money as you can get so you can go ahead and retire. So he made it. We ain't gonna see DeMarcus this year. The way I look at it, he very well may be, leaving because, DeMarcus needs his money. These guys got to make enough money so they don't never have to work. So you can't blame him for leaving. Seriously. So that'd be 3 holes in the defense. Now you need a DN, you need another defensive tackle, you need a linebacker again, and it's possible that you might need another corner. So we got some holes, y'all. Some of that can be filled out through free agency, but we know how Steven and Jerry Jones are about spending money. And if they do spend the money, you're talking about getting these crackerjack, bottom of the barrel, Walt Disney World free agents, back of the line free agents. These guys. Guys you ain't never heard of. Depth free agents, not impact guys. That's what you're going. That's what they consider free agents. Not impact guys. They want depth. Well, if you ain't got Diggs out there, we ain't got time for depth. We need a guy that can play. Not these guys they threw out here this year, number 27, Slaw. I love Butler, but Butler got hurt. See what I'm saying? Butler played well the 1 to 2 games he played. He got hurt. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to throw trash out of there. Oh, yes, Jerry. I already said that earlier. Maris, you feel bad for Overshawn, but Maris is going to replace Overshawn's spot. And we all know Maris can play. So, he ain't. Is he Overshawn? No, but Maris can go. I'm comfortable with that. I'm not mad at that. What if Bobby just said, what if Osa decides to leave Dallas? Y'all know he's a free agent. Well, then guess what? Throw defensive tackle now as a high priority. You see what I'm saying? So, again, when it comes to the draft this year, we got to see how all this stuff shake out before we really say, okay, this is what we need. We got to see who the Cowboys are going to re-sign first. We got to see who's going to re-sign. But right off the top, what I just said, y'all already know we got major holes. I even throw one more in. What if Zach Martin says he retired? What if Zach Martin don't come back next year? Then you already know what the Cowboys love. They love drafting offensive linemen in the first round. Now, y'all know that. So, right then and there, see? We got a lot of areas that are going to naturally have to be tapped. The question is, which one do you want the most? Are we going to go best player available at whatever we are? Or are we going to, draft for need, which seems to be everywhere? Okay. I had something else I wanted to say about that. Goodness, I forgot. And I ain't got it in my notes either. Joe, okay, that's a good question, Joe. See, all this had to be factored in, y'all. This is a good question, bro, Joe. Joe said when with Diggs and Overshawn not clear when they coming back, does that make signing Bland a must? I answer your question with the same answer. Yeah, the Cowboys would probably love to sign Bland, but guess what? Bland has earned the right to ask for some big money, right? At corner. I mean, his rookie year, what do you have? Six or seven? What do you say? You think he had about 5 or 6 interceptions his rookie year? Then, his second year, he had another 5 or 6. And then last year, of course, we all know what he did last year. We talking Pro Bowl. Then we talking first team All Pro. So you know what that means. We talking 18 plus $1 million for another cornerback. So my question is, Joe, and you got to take it away from your shoes and enter into the shoes of Steven and Jerry Jones and consider the past. Are you gonna pay? You got to think like Jerry and Steven now. Are you gonna pay two cornerbacks $18 to $20 million? You got two of them. That'll be at least $36 million from two quarterbacks a year. Now, you know that ain't the Cowboys way. I'm just saying. I'm going by strictly the cheapness of Steven Jones. I just don't see it. And this will be Bland's first real contract. It ain't gonna be no bargain. It's not on his part. It ain't gonna be no favors. He gonna want to get paid. He gonna want to get paid, and he should. He earned it. And then, okay, Robert, I need you to go listen to Steven Jones down on 105.3 The Fan. I should have had it here queued up. He cleaned all that up today. He went back and said, we've always had the plans to pay to have our main three. He said we've always wanted to pay Dak, CD, and Michael. We knew that years ago. He gave him all his praise. He's a guy that can do things that not a lot of people can do. You just need to go. You need to go check that out, Robert. Listen to Steven Jones today on that, and then that'll answer your question. That he wasn't talking about. He's not talking about trading. He's not talking about trading. A lot of y'all want to trade him, but my question is, yeah, you'll get a nice ransom for him, but how you know the picks don't mount up to be something? I done seen a lot of first round busts over the years. See, in other words, you're trading away the definite known for the unknown. Just because you got a lot of picks don't mean you're gonna hit them. I mean, I can't. I don't understand the logic. I don't care if you get, Michael probably could demand 2 or 3 first round picks from a team and all that type of stuff. That's fine, but what? I mean, if you got 3 first round picks and the Cowboys don't plan on being bad, okay, if the Cowboys, make the playoffs, you drafted at 26. Kind of when you're playing for getting another team first round. You may have 2 in the first round, 1 up wherever you at, and you got another one. But how we know that how we know this gonna turn out something? I'm not knocking Guyton or our tackle who we got, but how you know that the first round pick may turn out to be a player like Guyton in his first year? How you know that the first round pick is not gonna be somebody like Mozzie Smith, who done played 2 years? He getting better, but a lot of y'all say, I don't know how we got him in the first round. So a lot of people want to trade Michael for a boatload of picks, but how you know these picks are going to turn into something? For instance, the Cowboys got 10 picks in this draft. 10. How many of them really going to make the team? Think about it. Because when you look at the Cowboys team, it ain't really a lot of spots, y'all. It's not. We can go position to position, really. There's really not a lot of spots. I'm talking about, on the depth chart for these guys. Now, you going to have a whole bunch of guys going to make a practice squad. What's up, AIC? Think about it. It's really not a lot of spots open. When you get all these injured guys back that signed already, Hello. I mean, like for instance, right now, y'all, right now, you got to tell me who it is, okay? If you got Genty, let's just say, Vince, you pick him, it ain't a guarantee he's the starter. Shoot, Rico is the starter. He's earned the right. It'll be a nice 1-2 punch. But Genty don't automatically start. He might, but I'm just saying it's not a guarantee. I'm just giving you guys who if we pick them. If you said, watch this. If you said, even though I know this is not gonna happen, and I'm not saying I want it to happen, it wouldn't happen. But if you pick Shedeur Sanders, Shedeur not starting week 1. Shedeur ain't starting for the next couple of years. It's Dak Prescott team. Hello. Okay, I'm just throwing names out. There's a couple guys that I know would start day 1. If we pick Mason Graham, the nose tackle from Michigan, he starts week 1. Ain't no doubt. If you pick Burton, the wide receiver from Missouri, he starts. He'll be wide receiver number 2. If you pick McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona, even though he'll be long gone, Burton may be gone too. McMillan starts alongside CD. See, I know that. But you start talking about linemen. Look, hello, lineman, who gonna start? If you pick a guard in case Zach retires, that don't necessarily mean he starts day 1. I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, defensively, okay. If you pick Abdul Carter, who I love, that's who I want. And that the kid from Penn State, edge rusher, a monster. In case if you watch college football, you know what I'm talking about. Abdul Carter, just go look at him. He's just as fast as Michael Parsons. He's small, ain't small, but he's about the same weight as Michael Parsons. He play like him, actually. If you get Abdul Carter, as great as I'm saying is he starting over Marshawn Needham? Is he starting over Sam Williams? Then you got Ghost in there. And, I don't know if they're gonna keep Lawson, but I would love to keep Lawson the way he playing. I would love to keep Lawson. I'm just saying that you talking about good depth. Now that's good depth. So I'm even saying the edge rusher. Okay, bam. The kid that Shane was talking about from Tennessee, Pierce. Is he starting? Or is he starting over Sam Williams? Is he starting over Marshawn Needham? You see what I'm saying? Just because you picking guys don't mean they just finna, I don't see, if you pick anybody from the secondary, I mean, he ain't starting over Blaine. And if you got Diggs, if Diggs is not playing, it don't mean the rookie is about to start there. I mean, it ain't about to happen. So I'm just saying, so out of the 10 picks that we have, how many are going to be an impact for us? How many really are how many are really going to make the team? I'm serious. Even whoever, I see Shane say we need to focus on the head coach, don't worry about the draft yet. Whoever the coach is. How many of the 10 picks, because the Cowboys love picks, how many of the 10 really going to make the team? Seriously. So I'm excited about, the future, but in terms of trading Michael Parsons for additional picks, you got to tell me, I got the known. I got a known guy. Michael Parsons. I ain't got time to be experimenting. Sometimes you pick guys that you just got to pay. Michael Parsons is one of those guys. You knew that when he came in. Everybody knew how special he was. What you expect? He's a special guy. They're going to do special things. Do y'all realize Michael Parsons missed all these games, and yet he's already caught up with T.J. Watt in pressures? And T.J. Watt is obviously, I mean, we ain't got to say nothing about Watt. We know how incredible he is. Michael Parsons is, I think, he got, one sack yesterday? Michael Parsons is almost at another double-digit year in sacks, and has missed 5 games. Come on, man. You sitting there telling me this man done missed 5 games, and I think he got 8 sacks right now? And ever since he done came back, y'all know he been a monster. Michael Parsons has. Y'all know that. Y'all know how dangerous he been. Just wrecking games. Just done lost his mind. And ain't nobody gonna come out and do that time. I'm thinking, come on now. Come on now. This man gonna get double-digit sacks before this year over with. That's incredible. But previous to that, he been an All-Pro every year. Now I ain't say Pro Bowl. All-Pro in his first 3 years. Come on now. You don't trade away nothing like that. You got a Hall of Fame bound player, unless he has a catastrophic injury or has to retire early. This dude is projected, his career is projecting, and screams Hall of Fame already. You don't trade away a Hall of Fame, man, for some unknown guy who's still playing in high school right now, or just signing up to go to college. Come on, y'all. Come on now. I don't get it. You know, Bobby says, here's another one. He said Jay Lewis. I just think Jay Lewis gonna retire as a Cowboy. That's what I think. Because you'd be crazy to let him go. Bobby says he got 8. Bobby says Michael Parsons, all the games he's gonna miss, he already got 8.5 sacks already. Already. You gonna trade that away? Dang, please. No way in the world. Pay him. He's earned it. Pay him. Ain't no doubt about it. Nothing to talk about. Alright, I'm gonna do something different tonight, y'all. Cowboys beat Carolina. And y'all, some folks thought that we were gonna lose. We blew them guys out. Made all that yip talk. What them Carolina Panthers guys that was in my show the other day? I told them to come back. Now, you see they ain't showed up at me. They were telling me how well Bryce Young playing, how good he looked, and all that type of stuff. We made Bryce Young look like he was 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. He looked like a bag-up guy. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to do something different. I ain't done it in a while. I promised my people that I would do this. I'll do this from now. I'm not going to do it long. I might take 1 or 2. I ain't done this in a while. And I apologize. But you see the ticker down there rolling. Call-in line is open as of right now. Phone number is coming up in just a second. If you want to call in and add your piece to this show today, you can call in. I got it open right down there. It is call-in line 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. You can call in right now. I got my phone ready. It's been a while since I've done this. I got to get back to what made my show kind of unique. 901-654-6853. You can call in. Let's talk about whatever hopefully everything that we talked about here. Yeah, Joe, that's what I'm looking for. Where they at? What was it called? Lil Kappa and HSM, yeah. We talked all that yip. I told them I ain't gonna see y'all no more. Now we would have lost, they'd have been in here. Again, this phone line is open right now. You can call in 901-654-6853. There it is. 901-654-6853. And if no one calls in, then we'll adjourn and get ready to go to work tomorrow. If I don't see some of you guys now, some of y'all gonna be off work like I am next week. Next week I'll be off work, so I'll be doing some stuff in the morning time. I know I do the ride. I ain't gonna get up that early again because I won't have to ride in to work. But I'll get to do something on my channel early since I'm off. And we'll do all that together. All right. Real quick. Again, 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. I say this, y'all. Y'all better buckle in for the ride with the Cowboys. I do believe Stephen Jones when he said that because of, because they act like they don't know how to work salary cap. Everybody else know how to work it. We don't. But because of them running it, they've already kind of said, well, next year we kind of, it's going to be more of the same next year. So what is the same? You're going to get some bargain bin free agents, bottom of the barrel. You're going to hear all these big names and your fan base going to get excited. And we ought to sign this. And I don't even know where y'all waste y'all breath. Good and well, the Cowboys ain't going to sign nobody. He already telling you that. If Mike McCarthy is the head coach, you already know what's about to happen. Dak gonna come back. They're gonna be passing the ball. We're gonna be doing the same things over and over again. Like, why won't we run the ball? Run the ball. Run the ball. He's pass happy. And so we already know, expect that if he's the coach now. Same question. In the draft, will we finally get some defensive tackle help? Will we finally get it? I would love to keep Osi and draft Mason Graham. I would love that. I would love to have and put him with a playmaker like Osi and let's go play football. I would love that. If you just want to know who I want, I can tell you right now, with the first pick, and since we drafted, I think somewhere between 12 probably and 16, somewhere in there, that's where I think we're going to end up. I would love to have Abdul Carter from Penn State or Mason Graham from Michigan. Now, if Burden is there from Missouri, I'll take him, the wide receiver. I would take him because Dak, you give Dak two dominant receivers. Look out. That's all I'm gonna say. If you give Dak that type of weapon, along with CD, look out. Throw Jake Ferguson in the middle there with him. Look out. Those are my three guys. I know some folks want Genty, but I don't. And Genty would help because and depending on who the coach is. But even with a Genty, if it's Mike McCarthy here, he ain't gonna know what to do with that. He ain't gonna know what to do with that type of guy. If you keep Rico and have Genty there, he still pass the ball. Y'all know that. So he wouldn't know what to do. He had Pollard. Well, he had Pollard, even though Pollard got over 1,000 yards, but he had Pollard, didn't run him enough. And I think he's too late in the game to be trying to change his whole philosophy of offense. I just can't see that with Mike McCarthy now. So let's just play it out. Cowboys gonna mess some of y'all up because now they winning. Cowboys winning. They gonna make y'all mad. You're glad to see them play well, but they're making you mad because they're winning. That's what your problem is. You don't like it. I understand. But y'all should have known the Cowboys weren't going to quit. They weren't going to quit. So a lot of y'all, when we play Tampa Bay Monday night, I'm telling you right now, they're going to play well against Tampa. I'm telling you. Baker Mayfield don't scare me. I'm just saying. Now, Cooper Rush going against that defensive coach, his defense. Now that's a little scary. So we just have to see. Then we got Philadelphia and Washington. And as long as the Lions, Philly's trying to get the number 1 seed, so they not letting off. They trying to get number 1 seed. Yeah, I'm about to shut it off, Joe. I appreciate you though, bro. Thank you for hanging with me. Yeah, I'm about to shut it off myself. All right, we're gonna take this down. Okay, just in case y'all want to call. Somebody says something. Well, that's what usually happens, Bobby. These running backs, like Ezekiel Elliott at Ohio State. Ezekiel Elliott, like it was at Ohio State, them tires go down, Doc. And then keep in mind, the young guy from Ohio State, he just running, he's not getting touched usually until after 6-7 yards. It changes in the league, buddy. You start getting tackled by NFL guys, them tires go down rather quick. So, we'll see. That's why they only get 1 contract by him. After that, if he still got a lot of juice, in the tank, they'll go ahead and franchise him. But they ain't gonna do him but rent you for about 5 years. That's it. Then they'll let you go. They ain't gonna pay you no big money. Unless your name Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry just a freak. You see what I'm saying? He's just different. He's still the same guy that he was when he first came in the league. He's still the same dude. But how many Derrick Henrys are really around here? That have lasted this long and is still as effective as he was since day one. It ain't too many at all. Saquon is great, but Saquon been hurt majority of his career. He's young, but he's been hurt already. The reason why he was hurt because his body was getting punished. He just have a great year this year because he got exactly. There you go, Bible. There you go. See, the Mountain West Conference ain't scaring nobody. Even though boys have done well, I don't want to take away. Hey, they got a special dude. Some say he should have won the Heisman. He's a great football player, at least at Boise State. Let us see what he do against some of these big teams. Can he pull Boise State to maybe the semifinals or even the national championship game where he sure enough go out to play, a SEC team probably or something like that. Let's see how he do against them. I haven't seen him play real competition, but he dominated, the teams that he plays. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. So I'm not going to knock him, but my eyes haven't seen him really play against a real team. See what I'm saying? So I don't know really how. I know he's good. He is good. He is good. But how good really is he when he really haven't been tested? See what I'm saying? How is it? Let us see him play, Oregon. Let us see him play Georgia. Let us see him play Texas. Let him even play Penn State. Penn State, or let him even play SMU. They're playing the winner of the SMU Penn State game. we'll have a better idea how good this kid really is when he play either one. Because SMU putting hats on him. Penn State putting hats on him. We'll see. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging with your boy tonight. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm going to get on out of here, man. Y'all enjoy yourself tonight. We'll see you probably. Yeah, you know him. UNLV know him. I don't want to be disrespectful, but who is UNLV? I'm just saying. He's a bad boy now. I like the way he runs. He's fast as all outdoors. He's tough. Run after the catch. Run after contact. He's good. I give him his credit. He deserves to be a first-team All-American. I think the All-American team was named today. And him and Travis Hunter were unanimous picks for the first team All-Day. The only two that were unanimous. So, I'm not knocking the kid. He dominant at Boise State and in college this year. I know that. I give him his credit. I just got to see. Exactly, Bobby. He said he ain't touched within 5 to 7 yards. That all changed when you get in the league, buddy. That's gonna change. We'll see. We'll see how he act. All right. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you maybe sometime this week, whether it's by a reel or whether it's by something else. I might do I don't think I'm gonna do another live or something like that. But definitely Saturday at 3:00. I should be with you guys. That's for sure. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate you. Let me get out of here. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.